All right, let's talk about how to boost your self-esteem and build an unshakable level of self-confidence. I'm going to share with you some things in this video that I've learned over the last several years that have really helped boost my personal confidence up to another level. So wherever you are in feeling confident about yourself, this is going to help you either springboard into a new place that you've never been before, or maybe even start you from the bottom if you're feeling really low, if you're feeling a lot of doubt. I get that too, because I've been in that spot just like everybody else on the planet. It doesn't matter how rich you are, how poor you are, or how good looking you think you are, or how bad looking you think you are. All of those categories, those people suffer from self-doubt. Most of the time, because really, when you think about the things you're having these internal conversations with yourself about, you're probably talking shit to yourself about yourself all the time. And what that does is it brings up this level of like, maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I'm not good looking enough. Maybe I'm not rich enough. Maybe I'm not fit enough. Pick it, whatever enough you want. And that leads to a level of self-doubt. And self-doubt drives down our self-esteem. So let's talk about a really, really simple process that is going to help you both boost your self-esteem and build unshakable confidence. The first thing that I really want you to understand is everything you need to do both of those already exists inside of you. Doesn't matter where you are right now in your level of self-confidence, the ability to build it up, it's inside of you right now. You don't need to look outside of yourself for somebody else to like lift you up. You just have to take what's inside of you right now that's just in the dark and shine a flashlight on it. So instead of taking the time where your internal monologue is talking shit to yourself about yourself, I encourage you to try a simple two-step process that takes no more than 5 minutes a day. So what I would encourage you to do is grab a journal. And if you don't have a journal, grab a piece of paper. And if you don't have a piece of paper, grab your phone. And if you don't have a phone, well, then just figure out how to do this mentally. You get the idea. What I want you to do at the end of each day, and this is the thing that's really helped me, is I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. So these are things that are going on in my life or that I observe, and they don't have to be giant things. It doesn't need to be, it can be grateful for indoor plumbing because 100 years ago, that wasn't a normal thing that everybody had. It can be, I'm grateful to be able to breathe today. Or it could be, I'm grateful that I got a massive raise at my job or that I made a huge sale. Or maybe that I got a new Ferrari, like whatever it is, whatever your level is. You may be grateful that you had food on the table today. But it's important to look around what's going on in your world and be grateful for it. That's the easy part. The second step in this process that I would encourage you to do is write down 3 things that you acknowledge yourself for. This is one of the keys to building self-esteem and boosting self-confidence is to bring up to the level of your awareness the things that you're doing that are helping point you in the right direction. Again, acknowledgement doesn't need to be big. You can acknowledge the fact that you're writing an acknowledgement in a journal. Or you could acknowledge that, hey, you didn't hit the snooze button 10 times, you hit the snooze button 9 times that morning. Everything is about making progress. Now, what you're doing with this is you're looking for the evidence that brings to light everything that's been in the dark. So if you have negative thoughts about yourself, I understand why that would drive down your self-esteem and your confidence and all of that, but it's mostly because you don't pay attention to how awesome you actually are. Now, if you believe that statement or not, that's not the point right now. The point is that in there, inside, I'm pointing inside of you, you actually are a lot more awesome than you even think you are. And that it can even be, if you already think you're pretty cool, there's even more of that just by acknowledging things that you're doing. Now, here's the difficulty in this process because it's not really easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Is the things where you're grateful for, those are easy to do because those are things outside of you. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for my children's health. I'm grateful for my own health. These are all things that like you can look that you don't have anything to do with. I'm grateful that I was able to get gas in my truck today. Whatever it is, like all these things that are outside of you. I'm grateful that somebody smiled at me or the guy bought me a drink at Starbucks when I wasn't expecting one or whatever. That's all outside. The hard part is the acknowledgement and the things that you personally saw that day that made you realize, hey, you know what? I'm on the path. I'm here. I'm on the way to building self-confidence just by having the awareness that things are working in the right direction. So if you start this and you're struggling a little bit, because people normally do struggle a little bit with this process, is realize that it's kind of like working out. You don't lift the heaviest weight, right? When you start, you lift a little bit of weight, your muscles get bigger and stronger, and then you can lift more and more and more. So these things that you're grateful for and the things you acknowledge yourself for don't have to be massive. Start really small and then keep on building. And if you're consistent with this process, then you're going to find that you build your self-confidence to an unshakable level because you've got overwhelming evidence of just how amazing you are. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, good for you. I really encourage you to do that practice. If you know somebody in your real life, not your online life, not your YouTube life, not your Facebook life, that you feel like could benefit from doing this practice, then share this video with them and we can walk them through the exact same thing that you just went through right here, which, by the way, do this even for 21 days. And I promise you, everything you think about yourself will change.